You may have driven by this house on East College Drive and may have noticed this sign in the yard. But what you might not know is that a 2018 Marshall High School graduate is operating a popular micro bakery inside. We caught up with Sarah Jensen to learn more.
I started Little Mill January of 2024. I had just quit my full-time job and was kind of looking for something to do in the meantime while I found another full-time job, and just saw some other women on Instagram who ran these micro bakeries from their home, and I had been making sourdough for at least a year and a half at that point, and I was like, I wonder if maybe people would buy my bread, and then I could do that as just a little side hustle. So I started selling a few loaves each week, and here we are today. It's my full-time thing, and I'm loving it.
Of course, all successful entrepreneurs need a reliable business partner, and Sarah has one of the best.
This is Millie. She's part of the reason why it's called Little Mill. I don't know, she's kind of my inspiration in a way. This lets me be home and we get to hang out a lot.
With Millie at her side, Sarah opened Little Mill with a clear central goal.
I started it basically for health reasons. I've always been super into nutrition and healthy ingredients, and so that's why I started making sourdough for my own family. And then as I dove deeper, realized that there wasn't a good sourdough option in Marshall, and realized that I could provide that, and what a better way to, spread like healthy living.
And it's clear Sarah's customers appreciate having the option of a micro bakery in town.
I get a reminder like every Thursday that the order's open and I can place the order and pick it up, and I know that it was made with love and good ingredients, so.
We wondered what it takes to bake the perfect loaf, so members of the Friday feature team spent a couple days at Little Mill during Sarah's weekly prep day on Wednesday and baking day on Thursday to find out.
First thing I did was take my water and my starter. It is a living thing. It produces a gas, and that gas is what helps the bread rise. So it's like the yeast packet that you would use for like a conventional loaf of bread. Then you mix that together really well so it can disperse and be evenly distributed. And then I put the flour and the salt in. And then I'll mix that. So I'm going to make all 3 batches of dough, and then I'll mix everything at the same time. Once I get all this mixed, I'll let it sit for 30 minutes. That's just so the gluten can rest. And then I'll do what is called a set of stretch and folds. So that's just working the gluten a little bit more. And I do that 3 to 4 times. So it takes about 2 hours, and it's every 30 minutes. And then after the stretch and folds, I just let it sit. I use a warming mat because temperature is a big thing with sourdough too. Helps it with its bulk ferment and all that good stuff. So then I'll just leave it on the heating mat until it's ready to be shaped. And then we'll put them into the baskets, and then they go into the fridge overnight.
After we had learned about the process, we went back to see the product and talked to a few more regular customers as they picked up their orders for the week.
I've actually been looking forward to today because he's just released this white cheddar dill loaf, and I'm very excited. I've been counting down the days, which is maybe embarrassing.
I like spicy, but it's almost a little bit much for me, but my husband that doesn't like spicy, he loves it.
It's gone in 2 days if we're lucky. But we also like her cookies. We like all the muffins. We like the baguettes when we want to do any kind of like charcuterie board.
But like I said, it's organic, and you can just taste the difference. It's just, you can taste the ingredients and the quality, and I'm super excited to be trying the dill white cheddar that we got today.
We also snuck a chocolate chip muffin back to FA 104 to try for ourselves.
Here we go! Chocolate chip muffin from Sarah Jensen's Little Mill Bakery. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
I like that.
That's good. Here's the inside for the viewers at home.
It's really
It's
good.
very good.
It's really good. I like it a lot.
Of course, Mrs. Campion is thrilled to see a former student thriving.
I think she did exactly what I would advise students. Find something you are passionate about and then find a way to make money at it. And you will never work a day in your life.
And as for Millie, well, she's just wondering when the high schoolers with cameras will let her get back to work on next week's orders.
I think right now I'm at a good spot for what I want this business to be. Obviously, I'd love to grow it even more from my home and do more orders every week. But I think as far as opening like a retail spot or like a storefront, I'm kind of like pushing that off just because I do love working from home. I love the flexibility that it offers.
With Easton O'Husky, Ellie Lewis, Juliana Purrington, and the rest of the Friday Feature team, this is Jed Tabaka reporting for Tiger TV.
I want another bite.